Well, Walmart turns me away for what turns out to be their mistake, so I had to reschedule that one. I had to give up 2 loads, and yet I'm still going to have a mega week on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. All right, today is Friday, the 16th. What is it, August? Good Lord, it's already August. In my last video, I was talking about how, I delivered up to that Walmart in Rochester, where they were doing the remodel, and we had that kind of interesting unload. If you want to check that out, just go check out that video right before this one. Then I went over and picked up the cereal in Northfield, Minnesota for a one-day turnaround. Tuesday afternoon delivery in Cheyenne. Well, I get there for a 4 p.m. delivery at 3:15. Wait in a line at the guard shack longer than is usually there. It takes me 20 minutes to get up to the guard shack. Hand him the paperwork, pull up to the next sign as always. He comes back out, he goes, sir, you're scheduled as a drop load, and it shows it's on a Walmart trailer. So you have to turn around and leave. What? Oh yeah, you got to turn around and leave. This shows it's on a Walmart trailer, and it's a drop trailer, and you're not allowed to do that with these loads, and so you got to leave. Like, no. I deliver these loads here probably around an average of once a week, and I've been doing that for over a year. You jerk off. Well, I didn't say that. So I go call DLS, Dedicated Logistics Services. That's who I do that load through. And I get the after hours people because they're Central Time and they all leave at 4 o'clock. And so he says, send him a picture of the top page of the bill of lading. I do that. I don't hear anything. I call back. He said, I thought you were going to send that to me. I'm like, yeah, I did, but he didn't get it. So I emailed it to him. And so we're still waiting to find out what's going on. And, well, I haven't heard. So at this point, I just leave. And I go over to the Big D truck stop there in Cheyenne, which is only 3 miles away. Oh, and by the way, Big D in Cheyenne now has Dakota Tom's. It's a beautiful thing. Good old Dakota Tom sandwiches. The best sandwiches you can get on the road. I've sworn before. I got a video all about it. Scroll down, you'll find it. Not that long ago. Anyway, they have them in Cheyenne now at the Big D's, so that's cool. So if you're delivering to the Walmart distribution center in Cheyenne ever, stay at that little Big D that's just down the road from them, and you can get yourself one of them mega subs. I have a basket in my fridge that I reserved specifically for Dakota Tom's. See, I bought a double cheeseburger when I was there at the Big D. And I had these from before. I've got a ham and cheese. It's a beautiful thing. And the piece de resistance, the club sub, the mega club sub. So if you're ever in South Dakota, Coffee Cup fuel stops have them. And now, Big D in Cheyenne too. Haha. So anyway, parked back over there, and of course I get a text, somewhere maybe around 7 p.m. or so, saying, it's been rescheduled for 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Really? Yeah, so I had to go back the next morning. I had 2 other loads booked. I had a kitty litter load booked again, because I just ran one of those this past week. Because remember I said last time, I couldn't find anything all on Monday, and I found that. It was worth it to drive 5.5 miles empty to go get it. Paid better than anything out of the Denver area. So I had another one of those booked that I was going to pick up in the morning. I was going to pull my 10 there, started it at the Walmart. I was going to go on PC to get to the truck stop, finish out the 10 at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was going to drive up to Colony and go pick that up. It was a quick 2-day run over to Indiana. Well, I had to give that load back. I had to give another load back that I booked through TQL. So I had to give away $4,000 worth of loads. So needless to say, Tuesday night I was a little hacked off. Because... Did I do anything wrong? No, not at all. Not only did I show up on time, I showed up early. I've been doing these loads for well over a year, and I've always shown up on time or early every single time. So the next day after I get delivered and all that, I call those guys again in the morning and say, all right, first off, I want to know who screwed up, why it happened, and what are you going to do about it? Finally, later on, I call them back again, and they found out that, it sounded like Walmart was the ones who screwed up on that one. They probably hit the wrong button or something and marked it as a drop instead of a live, even though we bring them. Cereal loads come from Northfield, Minnesota to Cheyenne 4 to 5 times a week. I tend to do about an average of 1 a week. It's like, come on, they're always coming, they're coming. And I told the guys at the guard shack, you can do something about this. Well, no, we can't do anything about it, sir. Well, you can be human. They're coming. You're expecting it. Put me in a door and get me unloaded. But they wouldn't do it. Because nobody does anything anymore these days. If the computer says this, they go by that. They're not going to try to actually maybe do some effort to maybe find out what's going on. And so I don't get screwed. But no, whenever something like this happens in trucking, who gets screwed? The driver, every single time. So DLS finally coughed up another $150 for the layover, which I told them I thought was insulting. I had to give away 2 loads, for crying out loud. Now I'm another day behind on anything I can possibly do. I did book another kitty litter, picking up on Wednesday, and it delivers on Saturday in New Braunfels, Texas, which is just northeast of San Antonio. And that's for a Saturday morning delivery. Today being Friday morning. Then I take today off and I'll get going again tonight so I can make the Saturday morning delivery. And I could have gone more daytime stuff, but I after all that, and then I had to drive all the way up to Colony, Wyoming, 5.5 hours away to pick that up on Wednesday. By the time I got parked Wednesday night in Hot Springs, it was like 8:30 Mountain Time, and it had been a long week, frustrating week, so I got a little extra sleep, and so now I'm doing kind of the overnight thing. But there's a lot to be said to driving overnight. I'm a big fan of that as long as it's good weather, because then I cruised along. I drove 750 miles on this run today in 11 hours legally with no problem. I still had 7 minutes available on my drive when I got here. Look at this. Yeah, just 7 minutes. Barely made it here to Tonkawa, Oklahoma, and then now I've got about 8 hours to drive when I start up again tonight. I'm going to start up again around 7 p.m. and head on into New Braunfels. My appointment's 5:15 a.m. That should put me there around 4:30 in the morning, and then so I got that one back, and that one paid a decent. It paid the same amount the one I had going to Indiana paid, about $2,600, but more miles, so it's not as good. And then I did find another load. I got booked yesterday afternoon going up to Minnesota. So the hope is then maybe I can run the cereal again. And I got that for about $2,300, which again isn't fantastic, but it's not terrible. Then I can at least run that again. So overall, I did kind of recover this week. So it's going to be, as I call, a mega week, because I'll be well over $7,000 gross. Now you subtract insurance and maintenance and fuel and everything else. Well, I'm hopefully should still be well over $3,000 on this week, but I'm running my butt off. As a matter of fact, I had to really do all the math and everything for that load going back up to Minnesota. It goes up to Alexandria, Minnesota, because I didn't actually have enough hours to make it to deliver on Monday morning. And until I figured out everything, that Sunday night at midnight, I'll pick up enough hours that I can make it work. So that's how hard I'm running. I'm up against my 70 again on this week, where I'm running out of hours for the week. But that's kind of why I'm running nights now. And I'll do that again once I deliver tomorrow morning, or Saturday morning, in New Braunfels. I go pick up the load in San Antonio. I'll only be able to drive like another hour or two, gonna have to park. And then just after midnight, Sunday morning, I'll start driving up to Minnesota, run a full 11 like I did today, and run as hard as I can. Then once I pass midnight Sunday night into Monday, pick up enough hours to make the delivery, hopefully by 9 a.m. Monday morning, and then I'll be out of hours completely and won't be able to go anywhere. So I contacted DLS again. There's another cereal load I can pick up Tuesday, delivers Wednesday back in Cheyenne, so we're going to try to finalize that. And then there's a lignite load out of Glen Rock, Wyoming, the one that I've usually been using to go back towards the Midwest, on Friday. So then I actually should have most of Thursday off at home. I know, it's unusual. Maybe almost a full day at the house, Holy merd! Yeah, then Thursday night I'll drive up towards Glen Rock, pick up the Lignite again on Friday. Then that's a nice slower run over the weekend. So maybe I'll have a chance to do a 34 off then. So I'll maybe have some time at the house to get some truck stuff done, and maybe some time over the weekend to get more truck stuff done, which I tried to do last weekend, but then I had those 2 repairs that squashed those plans, and then everything got screwed up this week. So, like I said, this will be a mega week. I'm running my butt off, and it's going to be a good paying week. Next week won't be so good. I'll only have like 2 loads on there, but I'll actually have some time off. What do you think? So, like I say, hope to get more truck stuff done. Hope to finally get over to this drawer cabinet thing I keep talking about over here by the toilet and the fridge. And I hope to build my other little cabinet, actually on the other side over there, up there on the other side of that shelf that I put up a few weeks back. And, you know, some things like that. I hope to move my diamond plate truck boxes I have on the back of the Coronado onto the back of this truck while I'm at the house, because I need some extra storage. I'd like to have extra space to put, you know, oil and coolant and all that, and grabbing a few other things out of that truck as we're continuing to still make the transition between my old Coronado and this newer Cascadia. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a crazy week, so we'll slow her down a little bit next week. What do you think? Yeah. And yes, they are coming, so don't worry. You don't have to keep buttering me up there, dog. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment and all that. I keep forgetting to say this. I do get to your comments. Sometimes takes a little bit because I'm a working truck driver. I haven't gotten to the comments for the last couple. I'm trying to do that soon. Make sure you do the thumbs up. Clutch Trucker on Instagram. Clutch Trucker on Twitter, X. Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok. Just threw up some quick Rusty stuff the other day when we got turned away from Walmart. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Who are you? I'm your Uncle Buck. Do I have an uncle? Unfortunately, he's cooking up our garbage. That's one of my specialties, just for you. All right, if I were to say you're a little excited, would that be a good description there, Mr. Bounce? Yeah, I think so. What is it you want? Bacon strips? Oh, good Lord, calm down. All right, silly bouncy dog. Oh, yeah, you ripped it off in pieces there. Couldn't even wait for the whole thing. Wow, that's a little crazy. Yeah, all right, there's the rest of that one. Now we got one more waiting for you, Mr. Excitement. You ready? There you go. Oh yum, oh yum. Happy dog, happy dog. Sing it with me, because he's a bag and strip dog. He's a bag and strip dog. Sometimes he eats too fast and he starts to cough. He's a bag and strip dog. All right, yeah. You loving it? You're loving it. Happy dog look, Rusty. Look up here, Rusty.